Hey, everybody, and happy holidays. Welcome to our Holiday Without the Hassle presentation. I am Dr. McNamara, and with me is the great Dr. Julie McLaughlin with McLaughlin Care, soon to be MC Squared Health and Wellness. And today we're going to talk to you guys about having holidays without the hassle.
And who doesn't want to have that, right?
That sounds good to me.
So,
I think a lot of the reason people are having this is due to what's known as Santa Claus syndrome.
that is very serious. It's a very serious condition.
Yeah,
So,
what are some of the symptoms of Santa Claus syndrome?
so stressed out because you got too many things to make. You got all
Oh
your
my God.
relatives coming to your house. You have a giant shopping list. I don't know. What else have you seen with these Santa Clauses?
Well, visually, what I see is they're so stressed out that their faces, especially their noses, will start turning red, almost as red as my hat here. Also, I noticed that their hair just starts turning white and growing, and they look like they aren't taking care of themselves. Maybe you guys could recognize some people suffering from Santa Claus syndrome.
It's a very dangerous disease, especially this time of year.
Yes.
So do you identify as a Santa? Are you overstressed? Are you have too many things on your list? Do you have crazy relatives coming over that's stressing you out? You can't meet all your obligations and you're like overeating at all the holiday parties, and you don't want to see your coworker who stresses you out at the work party. Or really, are you guys getting this? Is this happening to you? Well, if it is, we have really good news because we have some things that we can help you with to change that.
Because instead of being too stressed out like Santa and dealing with Santa Claus syndrome, we want to be a lot more cool and collected, like our friend Frosty here.
Absolutely. So, what are the things that stressed you out most during the holidays? Get a little list and write them down, because then you're going to be able to identify them, and we're going to help you get some solutions to these, because we have the top 7 most common stressors during the holidays.
And don't forget to check that list twice to make sure you didn't forget about anything, because it is easy to forget about things this time of year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't want you to be a Santa. So number 1, are you taking the holidays way too seriously and yourself way too seriously? Put on a Santa hat. Let's have some fun. Stop making it so serious, because it should be fun.
And speaking of fun, how about a little holiday trivia just to wake up the audience a little bit?
Yeah. So let's have some fun.
Okay. Yes or no? Does Santa have an official mailing address?
Right?
This is a thin Santa. This is before his Christmas cookies, clearly.
It is. He doesn't look too stressed out either. He's smiling.
He looks pretty happy too, yeah.
He looks, pretty healthy.
Because he's taking care of his health.
That's right.
All right. And the answer is yes. Children can actually send direct letters to Santa Claus. And that address, if you guys are wondering, is 123 Elf Road, North Pole, 88888.
And I heard Santa writes back. So this would be
even with all that busy schedule, he still finds some time.
He's unbelievable. So this would be a great activity if you have kids and they're driving you crazy because they're home from school. Have them write letters to Santa.
The second most common crazy stressor for the holidays is crazy family and social pressures. I'm sure we all can relate and even think of examples in the past where we've dealt with this. So what is a good strategy on how we can avoid the crazy family and the all the stressors, as well as those elves and reindeer that could be causing some of the extra stress?
Because if you think about it, we all have family. And what do they say? You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. But just think, if you had elves and reindeer as your family, that would be really stressful, wouldn't it?
I could see a lot of issues with that.
I could definitely.
Good thing is there's red wine that can help you out.
Yeah.
And the way red wine does this is actually it's able to fight dangerous inflammation. It can help raise good cholesterols. And also help fight free radicals, because wine, especially organic specifically, has a very high amount of antioxidants that will help lower that inflammation.
Yeah. And yes, we are 2 doctors telling you it's okay to drink red wine. Just don't overdo everything in moderation. And it might take the edge off when that family comes over too.
Yep.
So here's our next trivia quiz. True or false? The inspiration for Santa Claus comes from St. Nicholas. Think about it. And the answer is true. Right? St. Nicholas, and I have to tell you, St. Nicholas Day is on my birthday, right? He was a Christian bishop who used his inheritance to care for the poor and sick. So that's really awesome because we like to help people who aren't well. That's part of our job.
That's so cool to know he was based off of a real person too, because he's just does so much amazing things this time of year that it's great to know that he's just one of us, really.
Yep, absolutely. So
All right,
number
and oh,
three,
you got that.
yeah, number three is unreasonable expectations and rules. It's like, who makes the rules anyway? Are you imposing the rules on yourself? Like, who says that you have to do this and it has to be that way and it has to be this way? Who says that you have to have the same exact tradition every year, even though it stresses you out and, you have to do this or that? Why can't you do things that you enjoy and do something different depending on your circumstance that year? If you have kids that are really young, it's going to be different than when they're older. So take that pressure off and don't have unreasonable expectations, because we always say done is better than perfect, right?
All right. Now, I'm sure you guys can start thinking of some of the holiday traditions that you may stress over, and you think, well, it's not the holidays without, you fill in the blanks, that special china that gets hand washed, that recipe that takes 5 hours to make, decorations from floor to ceiling. Are all these really, really necessary? Seeing all your relatives in one day, yeah, we kind of have to do that every once in a while, but you can make it easier on yourself. You can do maybe some simpler recipes. You can maybe work on doing events with individuals and spending more time, quality time with people, instead of buying so much presents, so you don't go broke when it comes to January and it's time to get back to the real world.
Yeah, absolutely. Have people bring a dish. Everybody bring a dish to pass. So all the workload's just not on one person.
And maybe go a little lighter on the decorations if it's stressing you out.
Yeah.
And of course, be realistic. Again, who's making up these rules? Do we need to have 10 strands of light? Do we need to have it from floor to ceiling? Or is maybe halfway up good enough, And again, is it a process that you enjoy, or does it seem more of like a chore to you, like a job that you don't really like? That something we want to definitely avoid this holiday season.
Right. Because it's not a job. It's about making memories and having fun. So if you're having fun, and let's say you're decorating a little bit or you're cooking a little bit, but you're having fun at it, that's awesome. But when it doesn't become fun anymore, change it up. Because guess what? If you make the rules, you can change them.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? As the seasons change, as we enter, the holiday season and move on to the next one, we also have seasons of life. So, maybe this year things have been a little hard, so you want to take it easier, and that's totally okay. So,
absolutely.
on to the next holiday question. Are you guys still paying attention? This one's a little easier. We got multiple choices here. So, which popular holiday beverage is also called milk punch? Is it A, eggnog, B, vanilla milkshake, C, hot chocolate, or D, apple cider?
I know this could be a tricky one.
This one could be a tricky one. And the answer is eggnog. And you could have guessed that because eggnog oftentimes contains a little bit of a punch, especially on that special day.
Yes, it does. So number 4, maintaining your diet, exercise, and sleep routines. So just because you overate at one meal doesn't mean it has to continue for a week or a month. It was just one meal. So I always say you're one meal away from being back on track. So don't stress yourself out and think, well, I went off the wagon today because I had this party. I might as well just do it all the way till January. Take it one meal, one day at a time. So exercise daily. It reduces stress. If you could take the best anti-stress, anti-anxiety, antidepressant pill, and you put it in a bottle and it didn't cost a penny, it would be called exercise. So definitely will help you de-stress, and it doesn't hurt to burn off a few calories, right?
Absolutely.
And then if you're tired, sleep. There will be that list. It will be there tomorrow. Make sure you're getting 7, 8, 8.5 hours of sleep a night. It's super, super important for your health, and it keeps you less stressed.
Ooh, it's got a secret.
Yeah.
And the Santa's secret is the 90-10 rule or the 80-20 rule. Now, you may have heard us talking about this before, and we're going to use the example of 90-10 because you guys are all stars and you're going to go that extra 10%. And with this rule, 90% of the time, you're going to be focusing your diet on quality protein and vegetables. So, grass-fed beefs, free-range chicken, and organic type of vegetables. And you're going to try to avoid those processed sugars because those are inflammatory and those are often going to lead us to increased symptoms of pain, fatigue, things like that. And we are trying to avoid those stuff so we stay less stressed this holiday season. And then 10% of the time, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to, let your hair down, relax a little bit, kick your shoes off. You're going to indulge in the moderation, and you're going to do it guilt-free.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Dr. J, didn't you do a video on this for the last summer?
I believe that I did, yes.
I think it's on our YouTube channel.
If you haven't subscribed, make sure to check it out, subscribe, and then you can definitely find that video if you scroll through the mini videos that we provide for you guys.
Yeah, it's at YouTube at McLaughlin Care. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. Quality over quantity. So let's say you have that favorite recipe that you made or your Aunt Betty made, right? Doesn't mean you can't have some. Have a taste, but don't eat like the whole casserole dish, right? And you want to have good quality food. You want to definitely have good quality, because if you just ate a bunch of sugar and a bunch of carbs and a bunch of junk, you're going to feel really sick. And then you're going to be coming in saying, I need to get my blood work done. Oh my gosh, I'm in so much pain. I have inflammation all over. So make sure you're getting good quality over quantity.
Yes. And when you get that good quality food, those are real natural foods. You're going to feel more full. You're going to feel more satisfied, and you're going to feel overall better. So just try to avoid those processed sugary foods this season. You'll thank us later.
Yeah, absolutely.
So some of these rules that you could use to help you live longer, and I just kind of mentioned one, has to do with the processed foods. And the longer the shelf life for the food, the shorter the life is for you, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's a really
and also if you guys take a look at the ingredients on the back, there's a lot of good information on there. And if there's one ingredient that you can't pronounce, maybe that's something that you shouldn't buy because it's not really natural ingredient in the actual product.
If you can't say it, don't eat it.
And then stop worrying about what should I eat to be healthy. If you know it's bad for you, just don't eat it. A lot of times it's easier to know what not to eat instead of knowing what I should eat.
Absolutely. So here's our next trivia. There's a fill in the blank. So Santa Claus has two popular names. One is Kris Kringle and the other is, you ready? Aside from Kris Kringle, Santa Claus is also known as Saint Nick. That's why we had St. Nicholas Day.
3 names.
Yeah.
All right. Another big stressor, this one's a really big one, is traveling. So trains, planes, and automobiles, and getting with those loved ones coming home for Christmas.
Yeah. That Santa, he really looks stressed out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think he needs a little detox there.
Yeah. He's got hair coming out of everywhere, it looks like.
He does. I need a haircut along with that detox.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. We can both tell you this one. If you're traveling and you want to stay pain free, what are we going to do?
I know what you could do. You can download this free protocol that's going to give you exercises and movements that will keep you pain free, so we can avoid any types of pains that may develop during those long travel periods.
Yeah, definitely download this. We're going to have the link underneath the video below. So just click on it and you'll be able to download it and take it with you on your trips. You can do them.
All right, another activity. So this one, we're going to have to time it. So as soon as I start reading, I want you to start thinking. In 10 seconds or less, name all of Santa's 8 reindeers mentioned in the poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." For this, I always like to think of Rudolph. It makes it easier for me for some reason.
Yeah, Rudolph. Okay, 10 seconds is up.
All right. Could you guys think of all 8 names? Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
Yay!
And of course, Rudolph, if you count Rudolph too.
Can't forget him, because we really like his nose.
Yes.
So how about gaining the holiday obligatory 10 pounds every year? That's a really bad plan. None of us want to do that. So, they say it's easier to figure out your income tax than knowing what to eat right. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Because I'm telling you, I really don't like income tax. I don't like figuring that one out. So, but this could really explain why the majority of Americans are trying to lose weight and 2/3 are overweight or obese. So remember what we said. So if you have one simple rule to remember, if you know it's not good for you, if you look like, is this cookie healthy? No, don't eat it, right? So just make those simple choices. And then once you're less stressed, you can really work on a good, healthy diet plan. But just don't eat what you know is bad for you.
And if you have to, one bite. no more.
Yeah. 90-10, 90-10.
90-10, 90-10. All right. And again, guys, keep your focus not on, just focusing on how do I stay healthy this whole season. Keep your focus on family, friends, and fun because that's also going to impact your health in significant ways. And if you're not de-stressing with your family and friends and doing things you love, then even eating perfect isn't going to have the same results that it would if you weren't taking care of your social life as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
what's on the menu this year, Doc?
So, number one, no more crazy family and social pressures, right? You're going to have a little bit of red wine and you're going to take a step back and you're just going to enjoy the love. That's it.
Yes. And number two is avoid the unreasonable expectations and the rules. Remember, you're in charge and you make the rules. So don't overstress yourself, make it easy on yourself, and enjoy.
Number three, maintain diet, exercise, and sleep routine. Those are the fundamentals. Don't lose your foundation because you'll become more stressed.
And we know lots of you are traveling this year. So number four, those trains, planes, and automobiles, make sure to download that protocol so you guys can avoid pain, keep everything moving so we can stay insulin sensitive, metabolically healthy. So even if we do indulge a little bit, it's going to have a much less effect on our health overall.
Absolutely. You don't want to gain those holiday 10 pounds because you're going to be calling us next year to join our weight loss program. Just don't do it. Eat what you know is healthy and avoid what you know is don't.
And always take the holidays in yourself. Don't take it too seriously. Be easy on yourself. It's about fun. It's about love. It's about enjoying and giving to yourself and your community. So just don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Wear a Santa hat.
It helps.
It does help. And most importantly, take a break and just enjoy your life and love your family. And done is better than perfect. No one's going to know you didn't put that last strand of light up or the other box of ornaments or you didn't make 20 cookies instead of 19. So just done is better than perfect. And stress is only present in how you respond to it, right? So it's all your response. So if you're like, yeah, I know that could be really stressful and I could let myself go there, but I'm not. So end this year with a jump start on good health for next year. And most importantly, have fun.
I think that sounds like a great plan. So I think for this menu, I'm going to definitely remember to stay chill like our friend Frosty over here. You guys download the stretches, stay pain free. We have the link right here. We're also going to post it directly underneath in the description. So check that out. And it's a free download. It's going to help you guys stay healthy this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. Holidays without the hassles.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Yes. Bye-bye.